for a productive play on first down. They'll try the run. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, or proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire.
Defense scoops up and they're bringing it back.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll go to the ground. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. From the gun, the ground game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender throwing a heat-seeking missile? He was on the radar. He found the football and flew down this
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Makes the catch and knocked down.
Those slot receivers nowadays, look at the one. That touch football, lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open, catch the football.
They'll run the option. Quick toss. He slides to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Back to throw, it's Madden. Going over the top. Fires the pass, intercepted. Got some room to run. The 40. He was finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers, because these defenders, they're watching. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
On the option. Now the pitch. Not enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Volunteer. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quick. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, gentlemen.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
Just a single power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy you know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
Running for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live the play another day.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. He looks that one in nicely. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when you drew that up on the board for a second pass, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
And they wanted it off on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. On to settle for a field goal attempt. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a good spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
But they'll try to get it going in the right direction this time. 2nd and long from the 19. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Oh, they make it free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
second down. He's going to run it. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open. And he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running a screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to get it through the air. Looking to the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
Well, on third and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. He couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision for the quarterback.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. They got him for a safety, and there's a fine line between being aggressive and reckless, and he just ran right across it when he ran back into his own end zone. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stops. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
DB's right up on the receivers. They'll throw it on first down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys in him.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
Wide receiver shows motion. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. The officials offered the deal, and the coach accepts it, they will take the penalty. The Volunteers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Looking to throw it again. He wants it all. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown ball. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
That is so impressive. Not only was it a great catch, but also he made sure he had 1 foot in bounds to get the touchdown. Beautiful job.
And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing.
Snags it down the right side. He's loose. Past the 10. No one there to stop him, except the fellow in the stripes here through the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Looking for room. It's cracked. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Ready? They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw. It's Madden. Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate. It was a knock free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. And the Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And the returner is stopped. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job of play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free.
Gorilla.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Snags it over the middle.
That's a great example of his quarterback having intense confidence in his own attempt. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability to do it.
Get set.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He's got it. At the 35, he's loose. Oh, look out. Touchdown, Tennessee. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Colorado is getting stomped. You could bring back any of the greats they had there, Cordell Stewart or Rashaan Salam. None of them would make a difference today.
guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it down the field. They've got to score points.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Got it in the middle. It's Cole. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the result of the play. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And it's on the ground. Well, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Rita! Blair! Yankee blue!
Off the play fake on 1st down. Finds some time. He fires it out to the right. He gets downfield for Big Cat. Touchdown, Volunteer! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Those turnovers can be contagious. They get you excited, and your offense takes it down before you got something. This offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
To the ground with the back. And just wedges to the head a bit before he's brought down.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. And they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Fine play action. Looking to take a shot. And the pass is intercepted. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Seminoles will boot it away to start the second half. Bringing it out. And the returner will be dragged down. Volunteer offense is back, and they open touchdown time in Tennessee. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Coleman's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Trying to find his man on 1st down. It's caught. Boy, he looked as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back out. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job on this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to get the block, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? They create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game.
He's looking for a man on second down. Got his man to the left. They make the tackle, and he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you some spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent. Things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently.
Goes to the option. Touchdown ball! And the pummeling has started. These guys wanted to make a statement. The statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? You're going to be a great player. You got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's Madden. Time to take a shot. He's got it down the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30+.
Well, if they're going to get back in this game, they need more plays like that. That was something that was missing in the first half. Explosive plays in the passing game, and they get one here, trailing early in the third quarter. Let's see if these receivers can make more plays like that as this game goes on.
Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Okay, ready?
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Set. Hut.
Here's the handoff. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
Well, you're making a positive out of it. In that time, the quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Ready, set.
Sixth play of the drive coming up.
Cobra.
To the air, it's Madden. Fires to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. He's got his man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Ready,
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33.
come on, set. Travel.
Wide out in motion.
Yep. Slide 22. Slide 22. Go. Go. Basic. Ready.
Comes out throwing on first down. They're trying to get to it. Moves around to clear up the vision. He'll try to do it himself. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Ready. Ready.
Quick strike complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Ready up.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
Slab.
They'll test the right side. Russell to the ground after picking up the first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
On the set.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's first and 10.
In blue. In blue. Alert. Alert.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical
ready?
ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and beating the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game. The defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Put themselves in a bit of a bind, but that last one is set do. He's channeling his inner Condridge Holloway, Heath Schuler, or dare I say, the great Peyton Manning.
I bet he can't lead the band, Reese. I bet he's not allowed to do that. He's having himself a day, but he's not there yet. But, man, putting up some stats, doing what he wants. This offense is absolutely cooking.
Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Trying to take it back. He's at the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a first and goal. Touchdown, and the stomping has commenced. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or you trust him right away.
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Just got one on that last run. Now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. Looking to pass. It's Madden. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass and takes a quick.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number.
Pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drawn. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go well.
Pocket starts to collapse. He lets it fly. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Bulldoze ahead. He's down at the 18 after picking up 5.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock. He knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. On that clock. Headed to the end zone. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Okay,
They
ready?
got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to
42
force them into a field goal try.
4-2 Spider.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
Ready?
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning.
Razor, razor. Cobra.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory.
On the ready.
They'll try it again from the one on second and goal. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown ball! And the route is on. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. They're lining up to boot it away. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25.
Ready.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming.
Clear.
This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that. But they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off David we're talking about.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Still on his feet. Here's a throw downfield late. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
On the
So
double.
with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback takes a knee. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal.